I still don't know what we're talking about.
I kind of want to talk about harlots.
I feel a little bit weird with that because my mom and my grandma watch my videos.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about prostitution.
It's family friendly.
Hello and welcome to Chores with Autumn.
Here we go, listen to me sing. We're gonna do chores and talk about things. Whoa!
I'm Autumn Andersen and I'm here with my special guest, first time ever, special guest on this show, TESSA VIOLET. Round of applause, everyone. This is my internet show where I do chores in front of the camera because it's less vulnerable and easier to chat while you're doing something. Today, we'll be repeating the chore and folding my laundry.
Alright, so a while back, Autumn and I were with some friends and we played this game. It's an icebreaker. It's called If You Could Be, well, I don't know if this is what it's called, but
The official title
if you could be in any TV show, live your life in that TV show, what would it be? And I think, I can't remember if we talked about this, but in this hypothetical situation, it's like you are separated from your life. Like your life is now that TV show. Everything before either ceases to be or exists in a different dimension. And it's like, if you had to do it, what is your life now? So you guys, take a second to imagine your shows, because I think that picking the shows is important before we talk about the next step to this game. Next steps to this game. Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Okay, did you guys think of your show yet? Let's start. You can go first.
Okay.
I'll allow you that as a guest here on Chores with Autumn.
Thank you. First choice is Doctor Who as a companion. And yes, I know that I could choose the Doctor, but I feel like that's not the role that I am drawn to. The other one is like maybe a vampire in the Twilight universe.
Like the books?
Yes. I only read the first 2 books. I didn't like the movies, but I'm like, I don't know, I'm drawn to that universe. Or, since I've been watching Buffy recently, maybe someone in Buffy. What about you, Autumn?
Okay, my first instinct is to be a part of a world that's normal. I'm not typically gonna go to like a sci-fi, or if I did a fantasy, it would be Harry Potter. I would 100%. But, like, who wouldn't? That's a pretty obvious answer.
Well, who would you be in Harry Potter?
No one who has to fight or do anything. I'd be like, who's not a part of Dumbledore's army? I'd maybe also choose some place like Gossip Girl.
Hey, I picked Twilight. There's no judgment here.
I think that Gossip Girl's a little bit better than Twilight.
Okay.
What's a TV show about singers?
Nashville?
Yeah, maybe something like Nashville.
I love Nashville.
Or I think that's it.
Yeah.
I'd stick with Real World. It'd be like Degrassi or something.
Why? Okay, step 2. Step 2. First of all, have you picked your show? Now we're going to talk about... I think it's important that you pick more than one show.
Yeah.
Because I feel like most people pick similar things. And then the question is, why have you picked what you pick? What draws you to it?
Yeah.
So for me... I am drawn to like roles where it's like in some ways I'm infinitely powerful, but I'm also completely invisible. So the companion, they jump from universe to universe. There's very little like consequence or things that follow them around besides their relationship between each other. And then they affect their universes in big ways, but are sometimes completely unseen and not remembered. Or if they are, it's not in a lasting way. They don't go back to places. And same in like the idea of the Twilight universe. It's like you're very powerful, but you're not remembered in any way. Is that a specifically Enneagram 2 thing? I think for me, it is very vulnerable to be in relationship with people. I think that's probably true for everyone. But all of these storylines basically avoid long-term relationship, except with the Doctor. So yeah, it's basically any of those stories, it's about avoiding vulnerability for me. It's about a very exciting life where I don't have to feel in one place or attached to something for too long, so no one gets to know me well enough.
Sure.
Where maybe they might abandon me. I don't know. Are we getting too deep here?
Okay, we can talk about mine now.
6.
6. I'm a 6 if you didn't know.
Do they know about the 6?
I don't think so.
Tell them a little bit about the 6.
I hate the 6.
What?
Okay.
Everyone hates their own number.
6, your desire is security and, like, support. We also are run by anxiety and fear. We love authority. We love rules, we love structure.
You love authority, but you can also be suspicious of authority.
Yeah. The shows I pick generally tend to be like real life that are thrusting me in a spotlight, sort of. It's living a life without many consequences. And so maybe for me, it's I desire to not have authority because as a 6, I desire authority so much. So for me, it's like being the child of someone famous or being born into a wealthy family or having this amazing career.
I think that would give you a lot of security in your relationships to have this power.
Yeah.
If that's like fame, attention, or wealth. I mean, hypothetically, that's like, oh, some security there.
And
right?
I think maybe deep in me, maybe I'm thinking if I had that, then I wouldn't be so drawn to authority, or maybe then I would be the authority. So then I could feel more powerful.
Yeah.
So it's like a weird power struggle.
Oh, of course. It's always about power. How can I feel more power, less vulnerable?
Maybe to me, my fantasy is like being in a world where then I am the authority.
Yeah.
So then I don't have to be as vulnerable because I'm just dependent on me and not others.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I absolutely identify with that within my own story. The stories that I like are, how can I completely avoid vulnerability in any way?
Why do we desire that so much? Why are we like, my fantasy is to not be vulnerable and just be in charge and have the power? And why is that something we crave?
As people? As humanity? I don't. Do you know?
No, I'm asking.
I think that is part of being human. Just like believing the lie that if I weren't vulnerable, then I would be happy. When, like, in fact, it's feeling vulnerable and then moving through that, like, toward acceptance and relationship, and then getting to experience joy on the opposite end of it. What I'm trying to do in my own life, but what do I know?
I know.
Do I know myself?
Every time we have these conversations, I feel like we end up just being like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
Do we know ourselves? What does this mean? I don't know.
I'm also excited to see if people are willing to share, like, what shows they picked, and then reflecting on, like, why did I pick those shows? Whether or not you know the Enneagram, you can gander into, like, what is my way of avoiding something? Or maybe people are like, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just, like, this sounds like a fun show.
All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And without further ado, stay safe and be nice.
Stay safe and be nice.
Excellent. Lots of options. Beautiful.